Capricorn, welcome to your intimate tarot reading. I hope you're well. I hope you're fabulous. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to know why I read intimate tarot, specifically sexual energy, it will be outlined for you in the description box. As it were, I take pride in that particular reading type as I understand it's valuable, as is all energy types. Sexual energy is just but one more way of understanding ourselves and thus our connections we find ourselves in. If your sexual energy is not important to you, right, that might show. If it is important to you, you should understand how it's affecting you and thus your relationship. All energy is relevant, all energy is important. And in fact, intimate tarot proves often to be the longest reading type because it tends to be the most neglected energy. The more we minimize it and say it has no role in our lives, the more problematic, of course, it becomes. And that's typically what happens when we have energy in us and we act like we don't or it's not important. On the contrary, it actually has a lot of importance. That's why I look at it. There you go. That's why we're here. I operate from that philosophy of the more you know. Now, if you are indeed that Capricorn, rare and as odd as it may seem, if you find yourself very sensitive towards the topics of sexual energy, sexual identification, sexual experiences, this is not the reading type for you. I want you to go ahead, feel free to pass this one up, and I will see you in 2 weeks. I would never ask you to watch anything that offends you or is contrary to your values. That's true for all tarot, because you will literally take nothing from it and it will offend you. Why would I want that? I don't want you to be offended. I want you to be in a position of being open, such as the Fool, to learning, to seeing, to experiencing. So if that's not who you are, if that's not where you are, don't watch it. No offense taken. Like I said, I'll see you in a couple. All right? There you go. And if you choose to watch, all right, the basic rules still apply. Take what resonates. Leave what does not. Reverse energies as it applies. That's it. And again, that's true for all tarot. There you go. Let's get it started. What was that, the Black Eyed Peas? Let's get it started. Do you remember that? You remember how you couldn't have the radio on and not hear that song every hour on the hour? I kind of miss it, though. That was good vibe energy, you know? Show me that Capricorn sexual energy, please. Show me that Capricorn sexual energy. Show me that Capricorn sexual energy, right? Excuse me. Yours is out on Wednesday. Must be a Wednesday. It must be a Wednesday. Must be a Wednesday. Show me Capricorn sexual energy, please. What's going on for Capricorn and their sexual energy? And I never know. I never know what I'm going to see. For Taurus and Virgo, I saw 2 long outstanding relationships. Both had their mostly cons. Taurus figured it out and turned their con into a pro. Good for them. Virgo, they could have a pro. It was up to them if they chose to stay in the con. But I never really know what I'm going to see. People who have been together forever, people who just met, or I could be looking at very past energies that are over and done, but they're still playing out in some way. And then sometimes I'll see stuff that's future-oriented. I never know. But we look. And I'll tell you, honey. I'll tell you. Virgos is a great example of the more we minimize our sexual energy and act like it's not important, well, there's a price to be paid for all things. It's all about energy, honey. Sexual or otherwise. The more you go against your energy, the higher the price you pay. It's called not being congruent or not being in alignment. And there's always a price to pay when you're not in alignment. Always. All right. And you have a stronger concept of cost and risk analysis. So you kind of understand that, I think, pretty well at a practical level. But yeah. Fundamentally, regardless if it's sex or not, simply there's a price to pay for not being yourself. Not honoring yourself, your needs, your wants, your emotions, your sex, your thoughts, all of it. The more you deny it, you deny you. I hate it when people trap themselves in relationships, sex out there, they act like it's not important, and they wonder why they end up hating the other person 5-10 years later. It's like, surprise, surprise, what'd you think was going to happen? You kept saying it weren't important. You tried to make yourself believe something that wasn't true. Thus, this is where you are. Same is true for the heart. So on and so forth. See what I'm saying? I don't know. There you go. I find it fascinating. I do. All right. Recent past death. A sexual cycle for you ended. I don't know if it was sex for you specifically. I'm going to go ahead and assume it was some sort of relationship where sex is involved, and now it no longer was. It was cycled out, transformed. I don't know. It could be, however, if you have Scorpio in your chart, I must amend that it's very common for Scorpio to go through celibacy periods. This is done as a transformative process. It's kind of like a palate cleanser in between relationships. Go through long periods of celibacy. So for some of you, you might have gone through a period of celibacy where it's like, no. I'm experiencing a spiritual transformative process, and that means nothing. Okay. I'm not on the market right now. That might have been true for some of you, yeah. Now your sexual energy has shifted into Three of Wands. You have started to look outwards, or at least your sexual energy is trying to look outwards on the horizon. Let's see if there's anything there. Crossing you. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, we're looking for a new opportunity. We're looking for a new opportunity. One that's strong and viable, though. Ace of Pentacles, as we know, that's non-negotiable earth energy. That means legitimacy. We're looking out on the horizon. I don't know that it's an obstacle so much as... I don't know that it's an obstacle so much as it's a matter of time, right? It's a matter of time. What will it look like? What shape will it take? I just want it to be real, right? We want it to be real. We want it to be legit. Okay. All right. Six of Wands, Ten of Cups. Yeah. I don't know if they're there yet, but I got somebody here who says that they're attracted, they're excited, and that they are, generally speaking, relationship-oriented. They seem to come from some sort of family background. But also with the context of I feel pretty good, and I'm open. My energy's open. It's open to receive. You may not have to look too hard, honey. You may not have to look too hard. Next several months, the Hierophant, the Moon. That's a lot of spiritual energy right there. Nine of Swords. There's some stress about the unknown. That is which to be revealed. Huh. How interesting. There's some things we don't all know yet. Not everything is yet to be revealed. That's a lot of spiritual energy there. I'm not going to lie. It's not the easiest to understand either. The Hierophant, the Moon, the Nine of Swords. It's hard for you to trust the unknown. That's true. Like I said, if there's anyone who understands cost analysis about risks and all that, it's you. You're having a hard time trusting the unknown. I think you want to. I do. We'll see. We'll see. Your spiritual energy is really trying to get you to calm down. It's like you may not know everything that's coming in, Capricorn. Let's just trust the process. And that's hard for you. That's hard for you. Especially if you feel like you've been looking for something authentic for a while. Trusting that it's coming in, or whatever this is that's presenting itself. Is it right for you? You're struggling with it. Your higher self wants you to just relax and try it. See where it goes. There's another part of you that's like, yeah, but I need the answers right now, though. I don't, fuck the journey. I just want to be guaranteed of the outcome. And a lot of people approach unknowingly or knowingly relationships like that. I want to know the outcome as soon as possible. That way I can figure out if the journey's worth taking. It's the other way around. We got to go on the journey to understand if the outcome's correct. Okay? All right. Strengths, Knight of Cups. You are willing to open up and be vulnerable. Oh, to say the special words. To express yourself, to be romantic. Yes. Obstacles, getting over pain, and knowing that the endings of other things are over. You're still struggling with endings, stuff that preceded this. Okay. Two of Pentacles, moving forward. I don't quite know. You're showing me a lot of trust issues. I'm having a hard time not knowing, Christina. I would really feel comfortable with guarantees. I know. I don't want to go through endings again. I really don't. That's why I keep looking. I keep holding out for the real deal. You're not going to know it's a real deal, honey, unless you try to engage in it. And it's pretty straightforward. If you've been through enough endings, if you've been through enough relationship endings, you've been through the process enough to know if something's working out or it isn't. And the point is to withdraw your investment when you understand it's not going somewhere or it's not on the same page, right? And I know that you would feel so much better about moving forward in any kind of relationship, sexually or emotionally, ideally a combination of the two if you are indeed looking for an Ace of Pentacles. It's like, if I just knew the outcome, yeah, but to get to the outcome, you have to take the journey, or at least start the process, right? The journey of 1,000 steps begins with a step. All that jazz. Yeah. I know, honey. I know. It's not that you can't do the steps. It's not that you can't do the miles, as we discussed. Climbing mountains is your thing. It's just, is it worth it? I have to know that it's worth it. I have to know it's worth it. You're not going to know till you're in it. You're going to have to trust the unknown. You're going to have to be comfortable with the fact that you don't have a guaranteed outcome until you start. Like I said, if you have enough endings, if you have enough, anybody who's lived life and they really are looking for the real deal, you're going to have endings. You've been through the endings. You can spot them sooner. You can figure out sooner who's worth investing in, who isn't. You can start to figure out who the real deal is versus the jackasses. And then it's like, well, it seems all I meet is jackasses, Christina. Yeah, I know. And that's how you know to stop putting yourself into them sooner rather than later. You cut it off before it can hurt you. Okay? So perhaps some of you have a tendency to hang in there much longer than you should, despite the fact that you have evidence that it's going to end a certain way. Okay? So perhaps start taking shorter journeys when you see that it's not what you want, or it's not speaking to you, or they're not taking it as seriously, or they're not investing in the same way. You're going to have to know how to end it sooner rather than later. That way, the next time you take a journey and you start taking steps and it starts to feel more solid to you, you'll have the energy to do it. Okay? Because I'm seeing that you have a very hard time trusting the unknown. Very hard. And of course, if that's true, guess what Spirit's asking you to do? Universe. If that's your biggest problem, Capricorn, we're going to keep testing you in it until you get it right. You have a hard time trusting the unknown, putting yourself out there, being vulnerable. You want the legit offer. You want the romanticism. You want the heart space. You want the sex. That means you're going to have to trust. Okay? All right, let's start cracking it. Let's get in there. Show me death. Recent past. Like I said, you're either in a celibate, or you were in a celibate period, okay? Or a sexual cycle with somebody had ended, okay? Show me death. I do apologize. Excuse me. Show me death, please. Show me death. Show me death. Show me death. Two of Swords, Page of Swords, the World. No, you don't like thinking about it. You don't like thinking about it. Okay. You don't... why this thing ended still confuses you. Okay. Let's make that clear. There's something... I know it's annoying. Trust me, I know. And it's also more annoying to me. Okay? But just patience. All right? Death, Two of Swords, Page of Swords, the World. That's a lot of ending right there. Here's the thing. There's a lot of confusion in between the ending. You still, for some of you, don't understand why your last sexual relationship or whatever it was ended. You still don't understand. You don't understand why it didn't take. You didn't understand where the death came from. You don't understand that it cycled out. You know that it did. You don't dispute that. The ending's there. You just don't understand why. It still confuses you to this day, and it looks like it was a pretty damn hard ending that to this day does not make sense to you. I am sorry that there is so much confusion there. And I don't know why things to you were never made clear about why it cycled out. But just trust me, with Between Death and the World, it was supposed to. And that's your first lesson in trust, I believe. You never fully trusted or understood why an ending took place at all. That was the first problem. You have to trust that sometimes, even when we don't have explicit answers, that it just had to happen. I don't know if you had love for it. I don't know if you even cared for it. You're just telling me to this day you don't know and you don't understand. It was never fully explained to you. Then you just need to trust that it was supposed to end. You realize you can't keep everything that cycles in your life, right? Some things are meant to fall away of their own accord. It was not meant to be in your life. How you felt about it? I don't know. I don't even know if you enjoyed it sexually. Again, this is Intimate Tarot, just as a reminder. I don't even know if you enjoyed it sexually. You're just saying it ended abruptly, and I don't know why. I have no fucking clue, Christina. And it still fucks with me to this, and I see how it fucks with you because the Ten of Swords, that ending was painful, and it's in your obstacles. You don't trust why it ended, and that's why you've had a hard time trusting to open back up. It's like, if I couldn't understand the ending, how the hell am I supposed to understand a beginning with anything or anybody? Right? So again, if you are that Capricorn who's looking for something and you don't know why you're proceeding, it's because we don't understand endings of other things that hurt. And we're having a hard time, therefore, trusting new things. If you're a Capricorn who's not looking and you're not interested, I don't know why you're here. Okay? I always get confused about that. It's kind of like the cross-watcher equivalent. They broke up with somebody 2 years ago and they just watched to sign bash. They'll be like, they're getting what they deserve. I'm over it. I broke up with them 2 years ago. Bitch, you're the one wasting time and energy cross-watching somebody, and my shit's over an hour. When you watch my videos, it's an investment. Yeah, it really sounds like you're over it. Scream a little louder. So if you're that Capricorn who's just like, I'm not really looking, I'm not really interested, but what is Christina saying real quick? Am I going to get laid tomorrow? I don't know why. Capricorn I'm looking at says, I would like to approach something, but I'm scared. I can't trust beginnings because I couldn't trust the ending. I don't know why it ended, except the fact, step one, that whatever that was wasn't supposed to be there. That's it. Oh no. Sometimes endings don't make any damn sense. I know. You know, just so I can tell you that I can relate, this was over 20 years ago, okay? And it confused me when it happened. I didn't understand. And like you, it made no sense to me. It wasn't explained to me. And it felt immature because it was. Okay? I couldn't see the saving grace of it then, but fast forward my life 20 years, and thank fuck it happened. This is insider shit. Okay, this is between us. 20 years ago, I think. That's how much I don't give a fuck. I couldn't even give you time frames, really, because it's gone now. I don't care. I can't even remember the person's name. That's how much it doesn't matter anymore. And I want you to get into that same space. College. I was in college. Oh, yeah. I was like, I couldn't even remember some basic shit. And I was so mad and upset, and I didn't understand at the time. And I was like, why? I can't trust anything ever again. I don't understand why this happened. Why would I trust anything else? Because I understand this. Somebody I had been seeing for over a year, honey, broke up with me via email. Email. Do you know what email was to people 20 years ago? It was nothing. There was nothing. There's no hypertension surrounding emails back then like there was today. It's like when somebody sends you an email, it's like you're expected to read it right there, right then. Back then, that didn't exist 20 years ago. When you got an email, you're like, I'll get to it in a couple days. That's it. That's how people were with emails. It was still relatively new. It was just another way of getting a letter, just faster. That's it. Nobody had that fucking mentality around emails about, right now, got to answer it right now, got to read it right now. Nobody had that 20 years ago when I was in college. That was something your professor sent you when they had to officially send you something for some reason. Nobody took it seriously. You didn't write emails to people. You just didn't. Not like that. Not at the intimate level. Okay? So when I tell you it was a shock, somebody I had dated for over a year wrote me an email to break up with me without any explanation other than to say, I'm breaking up with you. No sentiment of feeling at all. And I knew this person. I thought I did. I thought I knew them well enough to date them. Apparently I didn't. So when I'm telling you, the universe did me a fucking favor. But at the time, I didn't see it as a favor. In my mind and in my heart, I had been seeing this person for a year. I had been making arrangements to see them for a year. I had to go out of my way to see this person for over a year. There was distance between us. And all that stuff. We had memories. We had good times. There was expression of love. Turns out I wasn't just wrong, I was very wrong. I let my own sense of good feeling override what I was experiencing, and that's what happens when we ignore our intuition. I felt generally okay, so I assumed they were as well, otherwise why would we be seeing each other, right? Turns out this person was very cowardly. They mirrored. I didn't know that till much later. They were mirroring back what I was doing and saying because they just wanted to go along with it. They didn't necessarily feel the same way, but that's what you call cowardly, you know. And so come to find out, at the time, ending without proper explanation of feelings or thoughts. Because I wasn't mirroring back to them an ending, they had nothing to say. They had nothing to work with. They had nothing original of their own thoughts or feelings, other than the fact that they didn't want to keep doing it. And that was it. Email. So impersonal. So painful. So when I'm telling you, whatever ending preceded this, that confused you, that you still don't have a reasonable or rational explanation for, I promise you, there was stuff going on behind the scenes. The universe, spirit, your guardian angel, somebody was doing you a favor. I promise. And if that is what's keeping you from moving forward into trusting the process, you got to ask yourself, was that bullshit worth it? Is it worth stopping you? You don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You don't need to know. Accept it. I promise you it was for your best interest. Had that kept going, okay, had that person not had the balls to really say that they didn't actually want me, that they were just entertaining a relationship, as long as they felt, they were probably fucking around with somebody else, now that I think about it. Why else would they have cut it off? Right? But if they didn't do it, I would have still kept playing along with it for God knows how long. So I promise you, it was a favor. Some things you don't need to understand. You're like, you know what? That was probably for the best. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. So, I am sorry, but not all things have an explanation, and sometimes it's best that you don't know. You know? And now I think about it, it's like, fuck, whatever it was, thank God. Thank God. What if I kept going on with that? What if I kept going on? I only had lost a year. Show me that Three of Wands. Show me that Three of Wands, please. Your sexual energy would like to open up. It's looking a little curious. Thank you for that, but I just wanted to explain it to you, okay, as best I could, because I'm seeing a lot of trust issues here, specifically about the unknown. Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, like I told you, your energy's picking up quite sharply. So do be mindful of that. It's a good energy, and I want you to flow with it, not against it. Your sexual energy is feeling much stronger, a little bit more every day. In other words, you don't want to keep being alone. You do want to pursue something that's higher than yourself. So here you are, strong sense of resolve with that Nine of Pentacles, this lovely sense of independence, individuation. You understand that your sexual energy is actually quite strong in you with that Knight of Wands. I told you was picking up. Your fire's picking up. So the Knights carry our energy outside of us. The Knight of Wands is lovely in sexual energy, assuming he's coming from a grounded place. Your sexual energy is literally coming from a grounded place within you. In other words, it's rising. You understand that it's part of you. You understand that you would like to sexually express yourself. You understand that you would like to have those good feelings in your body, outside of you, experience with someone else, someone touching you and loving you, experiencing you the way that you want and need, and vice versa. And it's very much part of your stars. In other words, again, you're feeling the heat inside you. You want it to go outside of you. And it's a long-term vision attached to it with the stars. In other words, it's not fuck around energy. You really, truly, strongly desire to pull in somebody who is compatible to you. a true partner, okay? One that actually means something for the long term. And I see that with your Ace of Pentacles crossing you. In other words, it hasn't come in yet, but you very much would like it to. I'm not saying you're dependent on relationships, Capricorn. I'm saying what you want is natural, it's right, and it's beautiful. You are a human being. That Nine of Pentacles is still physical. You wish to be touched. You wish to be loved. You wish to express yourself safely with somebody in the sexual way, but also in a loving way and in a long-term way. You're looking out for it. Your energy spiking, it seems, now. So please know that with energy like this, if you allow yourself to live through it, you can have it. The Ace of Pentacles is crossing you. It's like, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. Okay. Someone's trying to meet you, I believe, in that way. Will you accept it? Will you allow yourself to accept it? Will you allow yourself to try? Will you allow yourself to overcome the confusing ending of the past that made no sense to you? If it means taking your first tentative steps to that which you want the most. Because what you want wants you. Will you allow yourself to accept it, to trust it? That's the thing. Ace of Pentacles, the High Priestess, you feel it. Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups. Something's presenting itself as an option of love to you now. If not yet, it will be soon. You don't know if it's the real deal, but you want to explore it. Very good. Good. You are taking the first steps, and it's beautiful. It's literally like the first power of admission. You have to know that you want it, and you tell yourself that you do. Intuitively, you feel you're supposed to explore this. I strongly agree. The part of you that is loving, okay, and misses it, and wants to be loved for all the right reasons, who wants to express themselves sexually for all the right reasons. Again, I'm looking at a long-term Capricorn here, not short-term. You have long-term game written on you, not short. There's nothing wrong with short-term game, by the way. If you just need short-term sexual energy, that's easy. I can see that very easily. It's not a big deal. You just have to know that you want it and find somebody who shares the same interest. However, if you're doing long-term game, which is the Capricorn I'm looking at today, you are going about it so far the right way. You intuitively feel you should explore this. Seven of Cups to the Queen of Cups. It feels like there could be love here. I think that you are correct. You don't know if it's long-term yet, but you're kind of hoping this person will convince you. It looks like it has just entered, or it's on the verge of just entering. And the way that they're kind of approaching with that Six of Wands energy, they said that they are excited by this. Okay, we are taking our first steps, and they are strong first steps. Some of you are anticipating to have your first kiss with this person relatively soon, or you just did, and it feels really good. That's for some of you. But yes, and I don't know if you've had your first sexual encounter with this person yet, but you are going with your own particular energy that says you'd like to get there and find out. Okay. Show me that Six of Wands, please. Show me that Six of Wands. Show me that Six of Wands. Show me that Six of Wands. For some of you, this person could be Aquarius, for sure. We also have Taurus here, as well as Pisces. But it's not exclusive to signs. And we also have Scorpio here, but that's past orientation. People like it when I call out the signs. It's not about the signs, it's about the energy, but there you go. I officially said them. All right. Show me that Six of Wands, please, for this person. Show me that Six of Wands, please. Now let's see if they have just fuck around energy. They have the Ten of Cups attached to them, so it tells me that they do want to emotionally balance. Show me that Six of Wands. Okay, Queen of Swords, Ace of Cups. Yeah, the Fool. Okay, they have recently decided, like you, to open up to options of love, specifically new love, Ace of Cups. They are determined to do this. The Fool, they might be, again, heavy air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But yeah, they are taking the Fool's journey, Ace of Cups. It's brand new to them as well. They seem to be genuinely, legitimately excited to meet you, to approach you, to gravitate towards you. You seem to be on the receiving end with pleasure and that it feels right. That's all you know. But you do hope that it is long-term. You have yet to have your first with this person. You're still anticipating first kiss. I don't think you've had first sexual encounter with this person yet. Not that that matters, but I just kind of want to give you checkpoints about where I believe this Capricorn is. So yeah, that's very good. Good. Strong mind. They said, legit, I want to open up to new love. Specifically, I want to try out new love with Capricorn. They are turned on by you with the Six of Wands. That's fine. You got Knight of Wands attached to you. So that means both of your energies, sexually and emotionally, are in good places. You're open to exploring, and they're intentionally headed out for new love for a purpose. In other words, they're looking for the real thing too. Okay, so this is great. I'm very happy to see this with you. And that's no wonder you're starting to tentatively get your hopes up for this. I got you. All right, that Ten of Cups, their sexual energy towards you is that they do have a greater goal in mind of emotional harmony. Okay, so that means family orientation, comprehensive scope. They might have children. I don't know. They might have an extensive family. I don't know. But do know that they carry that energy with them as having a large support system, and that is important to them. How that includes in the sexual energy is that means whoever it is that they have a sexual relationship with needs to fit into the greater scheme of things of their kind of emotional support system. Again, someone who's family oriented, in other words. Show me that Ten of Cups, please. Show me that Ten of Cups. Show me that Ten of Cups. Show me that Ten of Cups. So, I hope that little background story, I know that was long, okay? But I hope that helps you, because it looks like you got something good here, okay? I need you to trust that whatever that bullshit was, it didn't work out for a reason, honey. You gotta trust it. You have to trust it. You have to trust it. And there's reasons why things don't work out. What you didn't hear from whatever that was, the universe did. And when they step in like that, it's best not to question it. So you know what? Okay. And like me, 20 years later, you won't even remember the fucker's name. I promise. I struggled there for a minute. Knights of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Ten of Cups. Okay, I'm gonna emphasize. Look at me. Look at me. I'm gonna emphasize this to you. They want to include you into their Ten of Cups. This person has a large emotional support system, i.e. family. They're not fucking around. They want to include you. They already feel that they could spiritually bond to you in that way. They want to incorporate you. This person's energy is fresh and it's sharp as fuck. It's like aged cheddar cheese, man. You cannot mess with that kind of flavor. It's like if you did a blindfold food challenge test and you had a piece of sharp cheddar, it's like that sharp cheddar cheese. That's how sharp their personality is. They know what they're doing, and this is good. We want this. We want people in our lives who know what they want and know what they're doing. That way we don't question it, we don't have doubt. That means if there's any questions or doubts, it's coming from you, which I already saw in your baseline. You have a hard time trusting the unknown. You want to trust it, though. You want to trust yourself specifically real bad. And I hope that you allow yourself, because this person's not fucking around. I would tell you. I think you know me well enough, or you ought to. So their sexual energy, on point. Their emotional energy, on point. What they want emotional harmony, family, full comprehensive scope, on point. So I'm telling this person either got kids or they got a big ass family, because they want to see you in it, even if it takes time. They said if Capricorn needs time, if it's got to go slow, they're fine with that. They don't care. They just want it to go in a healthy direction. The Knight of Pentacles, the Lovers, Ten of Cups. This person's looking for that strong spiritual union and a very large scale concept. So when I'm telling you this is the real deal, I don't know who this is to you, but they are strong-willed, strong-hearted, and they do believe in strong connections. Okay? And they are approaching you from that. Capricorn could be that person. They really believe that, and they feel it more to the point. You're picking up on it hardcore. I have to admit, the fact that you are wondering, what's that first kiss going to feel like? What's the first time with them going to feel like? It tells me that you're heading in the right direction of keeping your heart open towards them, because the question tells me where your mind is. The questions tell me where your energy is and where you might be going if you allow yourself to answer the question. So I hope you allow yourself to answer those questions. I want you to find out, in other words. I'm just saying, I want you to find out. Now, the Hierophant, the Moon, the Nine of Swords, stress. Stress because not everything is always clear. Your bigger spiritual energy that is the Hierophant, the one that is well-intended, good head on the shoulders, spiritually inclined. This is who I am. This is what I stand up for, our commitment energy, okay? What's that guy telling you? Show me the Hierophant, please. Your sexual energy, yes, it should mean exactly. So again, let me know if you have a Scorpio in your chart. We have a very similar process. Sexuality and spirituality are supposed to go together. The more attracted we are to somebody, the bigger the sex energy gets, which means when it actually gets to be exercised, the spiritual connection gets deeper. Okay, so you might well see or perceive sex in the same way, or something very similar. Show me the Hierophant, or perhaps some of you are like, no, thanks for that, come on. That's, I mean, you know, if that's where you are, that's where you are. I can tell you things like that doesn't necessarily safeguard or guarantee anything, okay? But yes, if some of you, if that is your practice or your spiritual belief, then there you are, okay? Someone can either meet you there or they can't, all right? Just like you can meet someone where they are or you can't, all right? Show me that Hierophant, please. I know, sometimes it is hard to trust the unknown. That's how I'm saying this overall. I want you to work through it. Okay, the Hierophant, 6 of Swords, 4 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, 6 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles. All right. Typically, the 4 of Swords in intimate tarot is masturbation. Just the inclusion of oneself. Okay, and it can be healing and restorative for the self to engage in masturbation. And that is absolutely true. I don't disagree with that. The body needs what it needs, and sometimes you just need to take care of your needs in that way. I don't disagree with that. That's not how I'm seeing it in this, though. I'm seeing a 6 of Swords, the 4 of Swords. I see you moving out of isolation. And spiritually, you're feeling inclined to do so. That's good. I like that. You moving forward spiritually has allowed you to feel a little better. However, there's still some confusion here about the practicals, the 2 of Pentacles. I know that's a big concern for you. How's this going to end up? So I'm glad that you're moving out of a place of spiritual isolation. You are putting yourself out there. I like this. Like I said, you got to take your first step somewhere, right? Good. You're being very careful about it. You're maybe even a little slow. That's why they reflected Knight of Pentacles. They said if Capricorn needs it slow, that's fine. Okay? Just so long as they know that I want the real deal, and I think that they do too. All right? Their energy's stellar, man. I'm not going to lie. Their energy's fucking stellar. Oh, chef's kiss. Now, you are coming out of spiritual isolation and sexual isolation. Okay? I wasn't sure, but it looks like you are. Gently. Not rushing it. But there's still that question that remains of what next? What happens next? Tell me what happens next, Christina. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the unknown. Show me the moon. Show me the moon, please. Show me the moon, please. Show me the moon. Show me the moon, please. Show me the moon. Life has a funny way of working out sometimes, yes? But we have to trust the universe to appreciate that concept. Show me the moon. 10 of Wands. Page of Cups. King of Wands. Okay. Keeping your fire open, your passion, has been difficult for you. Because it kind of means like when you dare to hope. Because passion's not just sex, guys. It's hope. It's light. It is ambition. It's trailblazing. It's confirmation of one's beliefs by actually living through our fire. So fire is wand, wand is the body. Many of you have had a hard time, and I understand this. Again, you've been dicked around long enough. You're eventually going to wonder, maybe it's my passion that gets me into trouble. I think I've seen this for you before fairly recently. It's my ambition that gets me in trouble. It's my passion. It's my drive. No. That is part of the unknown, that the journey you need to take in a relationship. Again, that's if you are relationship oriented. Again, if you're that Capricorn who's just looking to fuck around, there's no reason for you to be watching this, because the Capricorn I'm looking at says, no, that's not me. I'm looking for the real deal. I'm having a hard time opening up towards the real deal, trusting the real deal, and trusting real deal outcomes. Because in my experience, I haven't had real deal outcomes. Okay. You are going to have to take this journey down the moon, where you need to trust your passion. You have got to trust your sex more. You have got to trust your instinct more. I know it seems, especially when it seems like we get into relationships where we're just like, we're really strongly attracted to that person. So we justify staying in a relationship instead of a relationship because we're super attracted to them, or they're super attracted to us. And maybe we even believe that they love us, so we keep it going, right? These are all the different ways people fuck up their passion. Well, let me tell you what, you can fuck up the heart space too. You can fuck up the Ace of Cups. You can fuck up the Ace of Swords. You can fuck up the Ace of Pentacles. It's just for some reason, fire, passion takes the most hit. We always, when things go wrong in relationships, the first thing we do is we attack our attraction. We attack the passion, say that was the problem. Or I attracted to the wrong person. No. It was the approach. It's always the approach. If we're not in an energetic alignment, we will misuse any element. You understand? It doesn't matter if you approach people in the past with a pentacle or a cup or a sword or fire. If you're not in alignment or that person's not in alignment, things are going to play out the way they play out. It's not the element, honey, that gets us into trouble. It's what we as human beings do with it. What we do to ourselves is what we do to other people. So if somebody's forming attachment to you for all the wrong reasons and you allow yourself to believe it, things are going to play out the way they play out. I need you to get, my point is, honey, with that moon in the unknown, there are many things you have yet to discover about your passion that you can trust. Your passion is part of your instinct. It's part of your drive. And if you don't know that or you downplay it, what did I tell you at the intro? People screw up the most in sexual energy when they say their passion doesn't matter. Wrong. That is a great way to set yourself up for failure. If you don't understand how your passion plays into your life, you will fuck up. If you really don't understand what your energy is like in terms of fire, you will screw it up. If you think sex has no part in your life or is not important at all, and you live by it, then that's congruency. If you believe passion is important to you and you live by it, then that's congruency. Okay? What you believe and what you do, if they are lined up, you can't go wrong. Even if people try to poorly influence you, you won't do wrong by you. You will have a better process of you trusting you and trusting the universe when you are understanding where you're coming from. You tell me you've had a hard time keeping your heart open towards what feels right because you have been jaded or fucked over in the fire area. It's always the attraction that gets me in trouble, Christina, or somebody uses me because they're attracted to me. How is the fire being used? But just do not tell yourself that passion is not important. Yes, it is. Just how you say the love is important, your fire's in here too. It's like, well, that's just attraction. As soon as you say that, you start putting qualifiers on there that you don't need to. Stop doing that. It's just passion. No. It's part of you. It's part of you. Who are you expressing it to? Someone who can appreciate it or someone who's going to use it? That's what matters. But don't tell me your passion's not important or it's too hard to understand. You are worth understanding. You are worth being a comprehensive, whole human being. And you are worthy of attaching to yourself to someone who wants all of you. And passion should not be a reason for shame. If you know what it is that you want, then you have no reason to be ashamed. Okay? There you go. We can't control how other people interpret us. Nor should we. If someone chooses to believe something bad about you, you can't control that. But it shouldn't affect you either. Because you know why? It's not true. So if you well and truly believe that your passion's a bad thing and it gets you into trouble, guess what's going to happen? You're going to live it because you actually believe it. If you tell yourself your passion's not important and it shouldn't come into play in your relationship and you feel sexual activity, that's incongruency. Get in alignment. You need to trust your instinct better. It is part of who you are. And you are sexually attracted to this person. Or you will be. And I don't want you to create any room for doubt under your moon if you are not comfortable with your passion. Or you feel your fire has been misused in the past. That's the past, that's not the present. Know who you are in present day. Your past self is your past self. Learn from your past self. But don't live in your past self. You live in your present self. Keep no secrets to yourself. I know you have a hard time trusting the unknown, but it's because you're saying it's hard. My fire is hard. It's led me to the unknown before, and I've been hurt by it. So how do you prevent that? Make sure that you are in alignment with you. Acknowledge your sexual needs, just like you would acknowledge your emotional needs. Everyone has easy time saying this is what I need emotionally, but they're not saying this is what I need sexually. And when that happens, we connect with people who don't know what the fuck they want either. I want you to experience that, because I got something beautiful unfolding for you, and I don't want you to put yourself in any position for self-sabotage. Know who you are. I'm sorry for the lecture. I am. I just want to impress upon you how beautiful this is, and I want you to stay in a position to let it unfold in your life. Okay? This, again, I have to impress upon you as someone you have yet to meet, or you're on the precipice of it. This is not a past person. This is not a past person. You have been graced by the universe with a very blunt ending. Even if you don't understand, you were graced with one. That was divine intervention if there ever was, honey. Even if you didn't understand it, and that's probably why you didn't understand it. Thank it for what it was. I promise you, that happened for a reason. The Nine of Swords, the anxiety, the stress. Nine of Wands, the Three of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. There's that huge, again, that's what I'm talking about, honey. You gotta pull it back, pull it back. There's that stress. Is this gonna go somewhere? Is this gonna mean something? Is it just gonna break my heart? That's fear, 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 fear. And it hasn't even happened yet. It hasn't even happened yet. This is what happens when we're not connected to our passion and our fire, okay? You have got to get confrontational with that. Something beautiful is gently unfolding for you. And it's that experience, the willingness to explore it specifically, will get hijacked, will get completely taken over by fears that have no reason to be there unless you continuously think about it. And that's where you're tempted to go. The King and Queen of Wands are unapologetic trailblazers. If you want this, you're going to have to know that you want it and stop apologizing. How do you apologize? For fear that's not even here yet. You're starting to talk yourself out of a future because you're afraid of what you feel. The King and Queen of Wands are very owning of what they want, and they don't apologize to anyone. They just go do it. You want this. Do not allow your fears to get in the way. Stop apologizing for a future that isn't even here yet. Oh God, what if I fuck this up? What if I fuck this up? What if I fuck this up? Stop. 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 It's not here yet. And this person has legit written all over them. Trust that this ended the way it did, and it did you a favor. Okay. You're telling I'm stressed out because this may or may not be long term. This may or may not be long term. What if it hurts me? What if it hurts me? What if it hurts me? Honey, it hasn't even developed yet. This is all done at the unconscious level. That's why we got to get into that moon. Get in there, kick its ass. Understand your fire. Understand what you want, and stop apologizing for it. And stop assuming the worst. Knight of Cups is supposed to be your strength. I would challenge you to use it. Be emotional. Be vulnerable. Again, the Knight is outside energy. Express yourself. Express your love if you have love. You don't need to fake it. It either is or it isn't. You either are feeling love unfolding with this person or you don't. There really is no in-between. And so if you are, express it. Allow yourself to be so vulnerable. The Knight of Cups is vulnerable. And that's why everybody's like, oh, he's so romantic. Yeah, he's also vulnerable. It takes guts. And that's why he's actually associated as a he. It takes he, natural strength of heart, to be vulnerable. Knight of Cups is in your sexual strengths. Also, P.S., your sex is tied to your heart, like it is for most people. Another reason why I do these. I want to show people how much Knight of Cups, good. I always like that. Knight of Cups with temperance. That means some of you, yeah, your emotional as well as your sexual energy is considered healing, as it should be. Knight of Cups, please. Ten of Cups. Fuck yeah. Three of Cups. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Go. Go. And stop with this. I don't know if it's going to go somewhere bullshit, because you will set yourself up for failure. Stop doing it. I am dead serious. I am dead serious. I don't see stuff like this too often. Whatever this is, learn from it. Be done with it. Do not let whatever that crap was dictate your future. Since when does any Capricorn anywhere let anyone dictate their future? If you don't put up with it from somebody else, you shouldn't put it up from you either. Do not let fears, never mind some old bullshit X crap, hold you back. You keep telling me that I don't understand. Then fucking don't understand it. It's done. You don't need to. You don't need to understand it. Accept it. I promise you. If that was universal intervention, you were one of the lucky ones. You don't know what that situation might have been doing to you in the long term or in the future, but the universe did. Just like I got saved miles and miles of bullshit, you did somewhere too. You probably didn't know what they were really thinking and feeling. You didn't need to. Let it go. You don't need to know. And I promise you, you probably don't want to know. When you've been given that kind of favor, trust it. You really want to bring this together. You have a vision of the Ten of Cups, so do they. You're loving it. You're loving it. You're loving it. So don't let your background noise fuck with you, please. If no one can dictate your future, you shouldn't take shit from you either. Stop taking shit from yourself. Allow it. Allow it. Of your own free will and independence, allow this to come together, please. You're ready for it. You're more ready than you know. And it's still, that ending is still in your obstacles. No, that ending is not an obstacle. It's done. It's dead. It no longer has any say. That's, by the way, that is the wonder of divorce. That is the wonder of separation. All the bullshit, whatever this was, whatever it used to represent, is no longer my problem. I wash my hands of thee. Use that power. You were given that. It was painful to you. I'm not saying it wasn't. But it was not meant to be in your life either. This, however, as much as a gift as this was, this could be too. Ten of Swords, obstacles. Stop making it an obstacle. Accept it. You don't need to know. 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 I promise you they did you a favor. Somebody did. The universe, somebody gave you a favor of that ending. Painful as it may have been. How else could you know what was right for you unless you understood what was wrong for you? Okay? I don't want to fucking know what was in that Mariana Trench. I don't think you do either. Not really. We all think we want to know. You don't. I promise you. With this, you don't want to know. Alright. Some of this Ten of Swords, please. I mean, we might find out right now. Fuck if I know. Seven of Wands. Stars. It was not the long-term vision. It wouldn't heal. Whatever this was, I know you're upset. I know you're upset. I understand you were upset. I understand you were upset. I got it. You offered whatever that was, chance after chance to heal. I don't understand. I'm sorry. Explain it to me in ways I can understand. You couldn't understand. You very much desired, emotionally and sexually, for whatever this thing was to work out. It was blocked. It was not supposed to come through. It was not supposed to heal. It was not your long-term vision. I know you thought it was, but it wasn't. I promise you. I fucking promise you. Heavy Aquarian energy here. Doesn't have to be, and that's not a knock on Aquarius. It's a reflection. And Sag. The obstacle, okay? The ending that you have such a hard time with, it's still blocking the best parts of you because you really didn't want it to end. You said, we can heal it. It's a long-term vision. I know it is. It's a long-term vision. I know it is. It's a long-term. I know it. I know it. You knew it. You knew it. This is what I was talking about earlier with my example. I thought I knew what I knew until I was proven wrong. You knew what you knew until you were proven wrong. This is not on the table for you anymore. It represents the unknown. And honey, did it occur to you the reason why you wanted it so bad is because you never got a conclusion on it. You might have desired it simply because it was the ultimate cliffhanger. Nobody likes a cliffhanger. People want to know how it ends. Thing is, you did get an ending, but you won't accept it. Because what? You didn't get the details? Because you fully didn't understand it? Because you had a lot of your hopes and dreams attached to it, and that's why you keep hanging on to it? You're just hanging there on the cliff, and that person, whoever the fuck that is not rescuing you. They could if they wanted to. They could have given you the details. They could have healed things with you if they wanted to, but that's not what they wanted. So why do you want them? It's time to let it go. And that's coming from me, and I don't like people rushing anything. I don't. I hate it when people say, let it go, move on, it's time. I understand it. It's platitudes, and it doesn't make anyone feel any better. But for you, when you have something so beautiful here trying to introduce itself to you, and you want it, you have a fear of the unknown, specifically of getting hurt again, possibly through fire. It's not the fire that was the problem, honey. It was the person wielding the fire. That was the problem. You have got to trust yourself on a comprehensive level. You have got to trust yourself and the universe on a comprehensive level. This was meant to exit. It doesn't matter how strongly you were attached to it. They cannot say the same. Therefore, you have your answer. This wants to enter, and it is. This wants to leave, and it needs to. And it has been done. It's just a big chunk of you still remains energetically attached to it. And why? Because you didn't understand? It's not worth it. That particular cliffhanger isn't as interesting on television as it might seem. Is it as interesting to you as in real life? Probably not. Two of Pentacles. I don't know. I don't know. Then just take it day by day. Okay. Show me that Two of Pentacles, please. Show me that Two of Pentacles. Show me that Two of Pentacles. I'm firm because I care, honey. That's why. I think I brought this up in one of your last readings. People complain, why are you talking to me? Oh my God. Are you even a Capricorn? You're not a Capricorn, Sun or Rising, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you, no Capricorn, I know wines like that. Like, why are you being so mean? I don't think my channel is a good fit for you. My Capricorns like the real shit. I don't know about other ones, but my Capricorns, my collective, which I'm very proud of, thank you. I cultivate some of the strongest collectives there are on YouTube. I'll tell you that right now. My Capricorn is Are you guys stubborn? Do you keep insisting on shit that's not good for you? Yeah. But when you go towards something that is right for you, you're magnificent. That's the way you were built. That's the way you were built. This is where you and Taurus have a lot in common. When you stubbornly go in one direction, you'll stay that way until you decide to change. You know, you hard-headed little creatures you are. I'll tell you what. But I know where it comes from. I do. And part of that's all the control thing, honey. I need to know. No, you don't. You really don't. Not with that. I promise. Even with manifestation, intuition. Good, Empress. Good. Just like we've been talking about. Good. You see it too. Good job. Yeah, there's that admission. Okay. All right. Fine. I listen, Christina. Get off my ass. I get it. Point taken. I got it. Two of Pentacles. Right. I don't know what's going to happen. I accept that. The point is that I'm not just trying. I'm doing more than trying. I am manifesting. This is great. You just pulled 3 majors on your 2 of Pentacles, so that means you're kicking the 2 of Pentacles ass. That's good. Very good. I'm very pleased with that. The Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress. You're saying, okay, here's the admission. I don't know where this is going, but I have a damn good feeling that it's right. What were we just talking about? You took the focus off what stopped working. You stopped not trusting the universe. You stopped not trusting yourself. You're going to go with it. You're manifesting clearer results based on your intuition, and you feel remarkably good about it as the Empress. You are feeling a lot more comprehensive and whole, as we talked about. You understand your relationship energy. It's not the fire that gets you into problems, honey. It's about being in alignment with you. When you understand your passions in here. The Empress, by the way, in sexual tarot, she's tops. She's actually the most liberated with her body because she's secure, not because she's insecure. The Empress has one partner only, and that's why she has no sexual limitations. It's because she has no such inhibitions. She has one person that she has all her energy, best of herself, dedicated towards. Generous, loving, and has no problem being intimate with her person, because that is indeed her person. And like I said, you know, if you can't be a freak with your person, you're not going to be with anyone else. What else are they there for? You can't get that kind of energy with a rando or a random person. No, that takes trust. It takes love, and it takes trusting yourself. Knowing that you are a vibrant, emotional, loving, passionate being who is very secure with themselves. Okay? It comes from a place of intuition and manifesting more. So I was wondering when you would have your first interaction with this person. It looks like you did. At some point, and oh boy, we want more of it. I think they make you feel very secure. And why wouldn't they? Not one hesitation. Not one hesitation in this person's energy. So in this case, honey, Capricorn, this relationship, whatever this is to you, is yours to lose. Or yours to gain. We've got to let that other bullshit go. Because when you do, you release self-doubt too. And uncertainty. I didn't know which part of you was going to win, but now I do. I have to admit that fear of the unknown for you was quite high, quite strong. And it's based on what? Some old bullshit? That wasn't clear. You had strong feeling for, you had strong hope for, but probably didn't feel the same way about you. Because if they did, they wouldn't have left you hanging. Fuck 'em. That's my professional assessment. You can quote me. That is my professional assessment, however. Okay. What was this? Oh, yeah. Huge emphasis. This person has a large love of life, and they are packing real deal energy. Very positive disposition. I do believe they have a large family, and they want to see someone, specifically a partner in life, to be part of that large family. And they are very much interested in you. It looks like they approach you, but with the Ace of Cups in mind. They do seem to have they seem to be big on adventures, but with a very large concept of family attached to them. So I don't know if you're prepared for that, but there you go. The more you engage with them, the more your intuition unfolds. The more you engage with them, the more your heart expands. Your fire, your sex expands, all in the right ways. That's what I want you to notice. Not the fear of the unknown. It's unknown. Okay? It's been done. And like I said, it was better for you than it was. When the uncertainty fades and you accept the fact that certain things had to work out the way they did, you stop being scared. And you really allow yourself to enjoy this. Okay. No time checks. I told myself I'm going to stop doing those as frequently. I think people get way too wrapped up in them. Come to find out, the time frame happens, and it's like, oh, it didn't happen. That's because you probably didn't work for it, or you didn't believe it, or you didn't allow it to be true. So it doesn't really matter. It's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. I will occasionally do them, but not all the time. Excuse me, I apologize. Pay attention to the red flags. Yeah, that fear, the uncertainty that spikes you, hits you, pulls you back, makes you doubt yourself, where you're going, why. What else, please? It is safe for you to love. So pay attention to your own red flags. Okay, when you hesitate, when you constantly feel, I wish I knew, I wish I knew, I wish I knew, what you're doing is that you're taking away the wish of the future instead of living in the moment. You have to understand manifestation principles, correct ones, healthy ones. That does not mean the universe explicitly outlining and detailing to you what to expect next. It is simply having faith that because it feels right, it probably is right. Not because we personally want something to be right when the evidence says otherwise. That's not intuition. That's human desire opposing the evidence. Big difference. Okay. Healing in the family issues. Yep, that makes perfect sense to me. Religious factors. Some of you are deeply religious and or spiritual. And you got to heal the family issues within you, around you, and you are worth waiting for. You need to understand that. You are worth waiting for, but the love that you want is not so far of a wait as far as I can tell. Yes, you are calling in your soulmate. I understand that. Okay. And it's being done so from a distance. Okay, so I don't know that they're necessarily at a distance from you, but it feels like you are on your own. And I do see you spiritually coming out of your own shell, as it were. You want to. Slowly but surely, you're coming out spiritually. Your energy is getting less out of the self and more outward. And every time you do, you get nervous. But you are doing it, and it looks beautiful as you go along. That's what I want you to trust. Not the fear. The fear is going to do you wrong if you play into it. But if you trust you, you won't go wrong. Okay, but you are calling in your soulmate, even if it seems like it's very distant from you. It's not. It's not as distant as you think it is. I apologize. It's really starting to shut down now. Okay, that's enough of that. There's something in here. For some of you, I don't know why I'm getting this, but this is confirmation for some of you from whatever the fuck this was that ended and it was in your best interest. I don't know why I'm getting this. I'm hearing distinct dialogue that said, I will give this a second chance, and then they lied. Or they backed out of it after they said, we'll give this a second chance, and they didn't mean it, or they backed out of it immediately, or they were lying to begin with. Whatever that fuck circle was, there was the reason the universe cut it off for you. Things were going to get worse, not better. I'm supposed to say that. There's a very, I'm going to give it a second chance, and then they cut it off almost immediately as soon as you agreed to it, or they said they would. Okay. Yeah, there's some codependency in there. Or you felt perhaps that they were codependency. And the soulmate. Oh, okay. You really wanted them to be your soulmate. I understand. Like I said, there's a difference between human desire and evidence from the universe that it's not working, and intuition that something is working, but we're having a hard time trusting it. Big difference. One is for you, the other is not. One is our self-imposed will of desire, but that doesn't mean it's right for us. The other is the desire that we need, but we may not understand that we need it or that it's right for us because we don't seem to be choosing it. It's being presented to us. Right? No. Trust me. When you choose yourself, you're choosing love. I want you to go with what actually feels right and not something that you feel that you're forcing. Okay? But yeah, some of you became very dependent on this other person is absolutely my soulmate. I don't think so, honey. I don't think so. I think you really wanted them to be, but that doesn't mean that they were. I bet some of you have been saying for a long time, but they're my twin flame. That's usually the first indication something's really wrong. In my book, yes. And unexpected message, that's this coming in, unexpected message. Abundance is near. The abundance of love and wealth and what this person has to offer. It's coming in soon, like I said. But yeah, so when somebody says right away, oh, that my person's twin flame, automatically I hear wrong. Because what they'll do is they'll tell me this horror story that's been going on for years. 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, 20 years, 22 years, 26 years, whatever. It's some horror story of awful things. Pain, abandonment, trust issues, drugs, alcohol, abuse, affairs, money dabbling, fucking around, whatever. It's just pain and torture, pain and torture, pain and torture. But then they'll cap it around, turn around 360, not 180, 360. That means you go right back to where you started. And they'll say, but they're my twin flame though. Well, that's reassuring. Doesn't that sound reassuring to you? That you are soul bound to a complete fucking asshole? No. As soon as somebody says, but they're my twin flame, it's like that's supposed to erase everything they just said. The pain, the torment, the disappointment, the fear, the stress. Why? It is an overly elaborate runner-chaser dynamic that means a bunch of toxic bullshit that is mentally, emotionally, and psychological torment. That's what twin flame is. I'm not saying it exists. What I'm saying is it does not exist. We have to have a reason to call it something to justify the crazy. So no. You might have told yourself, but they're my soulmate. I do believe in soulmates. But that weren't a soulmate. And you might have really told yourself it was a twin flame to justify your desire and why you haven't moved on. Why would you want that to be your soulmate or your twin flame, even if it did exist? Anybody who can leave you hanging like that without a reasonable explanation, and there really isn't for that kind of pain and confusion and bewilderment, why would you want them? Why would you want them to come back? Why would you want them to be your twin flame? No. Big difference between desire and reality, and intuition and needs being met. One, you don't trust, but you got used to. The other one, you're not used to it, so you don't really trust it. Do you see the psychological and emotional damage that shit causes? No, you did not need the other person. No, you did not need clarification of that situation. You need to trust that the universe gave you that ending for a reason. Make peace with it, part ways from it, and stop letting it dictate your present and your future. You got something over here. Like I said, I don't even know that it's introduced itself yet. You're on the precipice of it. It is so close. Some of you will be receiving a message from that person who represents abundance and love and in life soon. Very soon. And soon in tarot time could be months. But months is nothing in tarot time, to be honest. All right, let's get some charms for you. Sorry about that. It's just I want you to see the marked difference between something that is clearly closed and needs to stay closed and something that is opening and should be opening. Okay? Q, P, R, Y, grapes. Somebody enjoys their food, someone's a foodie, someone enjoys their grapes, or someone enjoys their wine. Gecko, Aries, Leo, Sag, Feather, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yes, the big heart. Yes, you do. I just don't think you've allowed yourself to discover it in the right ways with the right people, yeah? Okay. Cancer, the medallion of Cancer. It might be one of your exiting energies, and it might be one of your entry energies. We also have Taurus here. Taurus, Cancer, crescent moon. For some of you, by the time of the crescent moon, it might be important. G and A. Okay? That Ten of Cups twice, though. That's so odd. Beautiful. So beautiful. They've got a very strong family. Do they have kids? I don't know. They don't question their connection to you. They do see you as the lover. They don't question it at all. I assume this person's new. But the way that they don't question your energy at all, Perhaps you two know each other in a soul way. Yeah, as the Lovers would imply. I don't know. I don't know. They don't rush you. They just know that they're ready for you. And I think that's beautiful. I like that a lot. They don't rush you. They just know they're ready for you. Huh. Z, Virgo, Cancer, Taurus, exiting or entries, I don't know. The bat, honing in on your mate takes precision, and it does take being comfortable with the unknown. They operate by sonar, and that takes a lot of finessing of the unknown to know that what you're honing in on is correct for you. That means it's not straightforward, it's not easy. Oh, but what you can accomplish when you're comfortable with that side of things, you know? And confirmation for some of you of bats, seeing a bat, or like me, you live in an area that has a very high population of bats naturally. Okay. All right, that's enough of that. You put in the comments as you see fit. You guys, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments as you see fit. Your next reading will be approximately 2 weeks from today, and it will be the 3-month overview. I do not know that I will see a continuation of this. I may or may not. I would like to, of the good parts, the parts that are right for you, not the parts that are wrong for you. Okay? All right. And there is a lot here that is right for you. And I hope you see that. I hope you know it. And when you receive that unexpected message that abundance is near, it's because it's right for you, not because it's wrong. I really like the sweetness of it. When you start to get acquainted and you start to softly explore your feelings for this person, your little bit of selfish hope, the good kind of selfish. I wonder what it's like to kiss that person, or to kiss them at all, or I don't know, something about the kiss. You fantasize about it and what it's going to be like. And that's cute. That's really sweet. And then, of course, I wonder what that's going to be like. And you get a little more excited. That's the part I like. Not that all the crap that had to precede it, but how else would you know the difference, right? Okay. Everyone, like I said, I hope this helped. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Take care. Be well.